Welcome back. This is video 5 of 5 in our series demonstrating how to install Ivanti Endpoint Security on a combined application and database server. I'm Mark, Technical Communicator with Ivanti. In this video, we're installing the Endpoint Security application. Now that you've laid all the groundwork in the previous videos, this process is actually pretty simple. Let's get started. First, just a few reminders. During installation, you'll need some information that you gathered during previous videos. You'll need your Ivanti Endpoint Security serial number, your database instance name, and administrative access rights on your target server. Remember, you're setting up a combined database application server, so log into the server hosting your SQL Server instance that you set up in video 3. You must log in using an account that has administrative access rights. That account can either be a domain account or a local account. This account will become the default administrator in your endpoint security system. If you haven't already, log into the Ivanti community website and download Endpoint Security. Kick off the installer and begin entering the information that the installer prompts you for. During this process, you'll enter your serial number and other basic identification information. When you get to the Service Accounts page, enter 2 passwords for accounts that will be used to operate Endpoint Security. These are not passwords used to log into Endpoint Security. Rather, these are accounts that Endpoint Security creates automatically to run its services. Remember, you'll be logging in with your current username. From the SQL Server instance page, select the Connect to an existing SQL Server instant option, and then advance to the next page. Leave the On This Machine option selected. If you named your database, select the Named Instance option and select your database. From the SQL Server Authentication page, select the authentication option that you've configured your database to use. If you're not sure, try Windows Authentication. That's how we set up the database in video 3. The SQL Configuration Requirements page will call out any problems with the database that you need to resolve before installation. The Destination Location page lets you choose the install path for Endpoint Security and the path where you store patch and AV content. The storage path needs significantly more space than the install path, since it will fill with content over time. If you have a firewall that separates your network from the internet, enter its details here. If you want to use SSL communication between your Endpoint Security server and your agents, select the option here. SSL communication does require a certificate, so if you want to use SSL communication, you should stop now and install that certificate. There are more details in the server install guide, linked to below. We're about to kick off the install. We're clearing the option to install all modules because most customers use only a few modules, not all of them. If you change your mind, you can always install modules later. The same goes for most options we've been showing here: SSL communication, proxy settings, etc. And here we go! We sped up the install process because who wants to watch a bar go across the screen? Finally, let's log in for the first time. Open a web browser and enter the URL of your Endpoint Security server. Enter your current Windows login as the credentials when prompted. After you log in for the first time, complete the forms in the Application Setup Manager. This wizard helps you create an uninstall password for your agents, send you emails to notify you of system events, and install an agent on the application server itself. That concludes our video series on installing Endpoint Security on a combined application and database server. We hope this series helped you through the install. If you need help troubleshooting your install, please contact us at Ivanti Support.